And we are back for match 2 of the second half of day 1 in the 9th Alliance tournament. For Nulli Secunda on the left-hand side of your screen, we've got a Loki, a Eos, a Neros, 2 Hugins, 2 Manticores, and 3 Nemesis.
And for Bane, we've got Vulture, Basilisk, Paraslepners, Hurricane, Curse, 2 Sabers, and 2 Dramiels. It's becoming apparent to me that we saw lots and lots of Cyclones in the pre-qualifying stages, and now we're seeing a lot of Slepners in the actual matches. Why do you think we're seeing so many Slepners now?
Slepners are just amazing ships for the tournament. They've got the extra fall-off bonus from the Cyclones. They can take a lot more damage. I really like them. They're one of my favorite ships for the tournament.
This also looks like another match where we're not seeing the full 10 men that could be fielded on each team.
And we're about to start. It's worth noting that some of the Bane team, the Slepners, the Curse, and the Hurricanes all warped in 0, which is going to put them right within bomb range of the Nulli Secunda team if Nulli Secunda decides to do that. And we are seeing bombs.
Here come the bombs. 5 stealth bombers on the Nulli Secunda team. This initial bombing run could be a major factor in seeing which direction this goes real quick. And that Curse is almost down already, but he's getting repped up.
We're seeing a lot of E-War coming from those stealth bombers, very likely damps. With the Eos giving the bonuses to E-War strength, that should be a very strong damping team.
Mm-hmm. And the bombs did a significant amount of shield damage, but it seems like the Basilisk on the Bane team was able to react pretty quickly. Nothing died too quickly. A Hurricane is almost no armor left, but his shield is going up.
The Nulli Secunda team took advantage of the fact that the Bane Basilisk was focusing on that Curse to switch to the Hurricane, which was definitely a good choice, but they didn't quite take it down.
Mm-hmm. And now it seems like the Hurricane is taking damage, but he's also getting repped up.
Meanwhile, you've got a Manticore for Nulli Secunda taking damage, but he's being repped right back up.
And they switched to a Saber, which died very quickly on Bane's side. Bane is now down -1 Saber.
And that Manticore is still bouncing back and forth. We're seeing excellent work by Canna Earthshaker, the Aneros, for Nulli Secunda.
Yeah, both logistics pilots on each team are doing an excellent job keeping their team up right now.
There's been a lot of fire switching. Oh, they got a second Saber. He just got saved in structure, but he may go down again in a second.
Yeah, his shield is going up, but his structure is going down. This is one of those situations where we talk about alpha a lot and the kind of damage, and there is some confusion about what it is. Alpha is the amount of damage you do with that one single shot, and it's not really relative to your total DPS. But in one of these situations where you don't have much shield right there, even if the logistics is paying a lot of attention to keeping your shield up, the alpha can still do structure damage until you're dead.
And those torps from the bombers do a lot of alpha. We just saw Dramiel die for the Bane team. At this point, as the Bane team starts dying, we're going to see the damps from Nulli Secunda focused onto fewer and fewer ships, so it's going to be harder and harder for the Bane team to get any locks.
Nulli Secunda still at full strength. Bane bleeding ships pretty quickly.
We do see a Nemesis now dropping into about half armor, but he's brought right back up for Nulli Secunda.
And Nulli Secunda's logistics doing an excellent job keeping his team alive. Bane's Basilisk is doing good, but he just can't compete with the amount of damage coming from Nulli Secunda.
Yeah, it's very difficult when those bombers and frigates are webbed and pointed. Oh, we've got a Nemesis has died now for Nulli Secunda. That's their first ship loss of the match.
Lots of ships still showing armor damage on the Bane side. It doesn't seem like they have any way of repairing that back up. They're totally focused on their shield tank, and Alpha is coming into play in this match.
We're seeing the damage now switching to, it looks like some of the people are trying to shoot the Basilisk with the torps. But the Basilisk for Bane is cap transferring with their Vulture, which is an excellent strategy when you want to keep as many reps as possible coming from that Basilisk. It's a strategy that we saw Bane use last year as well.
Nulli Secunda Manticore taking lots of armor, and he's dead very quickly down. As these Manticores and as the stealth bombers drop on the Nulli Secunda team, their DPS is going to drop off as well. That is the bulk of their DPS.
Yeah, we're now seeing all the DPS for Nulli Secunda switching to that Basilisk, but he has a very strong tank with all the rep drones on him.
And more damage being applied to the Nemesis of the Nulli Secunda team. Stealth bombers do provide a lot of damage, but they're very fragile, and when they start going down, you'll see the Bane team able to stay alive, and it might be able to turn this one around.
Yeah, it's very difficult to keep stealth bombers up against Slepners. Medium autocannons do an excellent job of killing them. And we just see another Manticore coming into structure, and he's down.
So now that is leaving Nulli Secunda with only 2 more Manticores left. two more Nemesis left, 2 more Stealth Bombers. Most of their DPS now being off the field. We'll see if Bane will be able to hang in with this one.
Bane's strategy is a very strong tank with that Basilisk. The Basilisk itself has a strong tank, and it's able to keep their other ships up. As we see the DPS dropping for Nulli Secunda, I think it's going to be turning in their favor. We have a Hugin almost dead for Nulli Secunda, but not quite. He's just holding on at about 10% armor.
And the other Hugin is now taking armor damage. It seems like they're switching targets, trying to switch targets faster than the Nulli Secunda logistic ship can keep them alive.
It looks like that first Hugin got out of range, and so they had to switch off him. But they're doing a lot of damage to the second Hugin now as well. And we're not seeing any significant damage coming onto the Bane team. It looks like they're able to wrap up everything quite quickly.
Bane is continuing to shoot at that same Hugin, but he is getting repped up faster than their DPS can take him down. The second Hugin has just a teeny bit of armor and his structure damage, but he is not taking any shots right now.
Meanwhile, we're seeing DPS from Nulli Secunda brought onto that curse, but it's easily being repped up.
And that Hugin that was taking damage, the reps could not keep up. He is down now. Nulli Secunda's DPS continues to go down. Bane is holding steady and trying to turn this one around.
Things were looking very bad for Bane at the beginning, but the strong tank on that Basilisk has really helped them out.
He's doing an excellent job keeping his team up, but he could not keep that Hurricane up as he goes down now.
Hurricanes are a really hard ship to keep up. They don't get the resistances that all these Tech 2 ships we're seeing and Tech 3 ships get.
So stuff is blowing up. This is this has been one of the more exciting matches for me to watch so far. It's been going back and forth. It's been pretty hard to tell which team has held the upper hand most of this time.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to come down to whether or not Nulli Secunda can break that Basilisk. They need to kill the Basilisk, otherwise they're not going to be able to get very much done. That Hurricane was the last low-resistance ship left on the Bane team.
Damage is now being applied to the Nulli Secunda's final Stealth Bomber, Nemesis. He's down in low armor. Let's see if they can get him down here. No armor left. Dan, he's down.
At this point, as they're starting to lose all those bombers, the damps are disappearing, and you're going to see those Sleipnirs being able to snipe the small ships using barrage.
With the DPS on Nulli Secunda being so savaged, it makes things much easier on the Bane side to just wrap this one up.
Yeah. I was actually surprised by this. Nulli Secunda, I've always enjoyed fighting on TQ, but Bane had an excellent team last year, and I was expecting them to take it. But it looks like they're going to have to try to do better tomorrow.
And now the EOS of Nulli Secunda has taken all the shield damage, starting to take armor damage. And Bane looks like they have the upper hand in this one. I don't think Nulli Secunda has any chance.
Yeah, at this point with the tank that they have, Bane has the luxury of just choosing whichever ship is closest, picking them off one by one.
3 minutes, 15 seconds left of this game. Let's see if Bane can finish off the rest of Nulli Secunda. I think they're in a pretty good spot right now.
It may be possible for Nulli Secunda to try to evade Bane for those 3 minutes, but all that would do is deny points to their opponent. It wouldn't actually gain that many points.
But with the current tournament format, those points are the only thing that matters. Nulli Secunda could do a lot better in their next matches and still advance.
So we're still seeing damage applied to that EOS. It's dropping to about half armor. It's going to take a while to go down, but once it does, then any remaining strong damps, like they may have damps on the Aneros, will be significantly weaker.
Looks like the Bane team is feeling out the tank on the Oneros there. He's taken more than half the shield damage now. That seems to be where the bulk of their DPS is being applied. But the EOS is taking some shots too still, I see.
Yeah, I would bet that it's that Dramil has gotten on top. Nope, it's the Curse there. The Curse has managed to get on top of the Anero, so he's going to be entirely capped out within a few seconds. And the Dramil's there as well. While the rest of the team was focusing on the EOS, those two ships went off and took care of the Aneros, which was a good choice.
And that Nulli Secunda EOS now down to about 10% armor and dropping. He will probably be not much longer for this world. And Bane's still running away with it. EOS is being repped up by the Aneros now. He might be able to hang on until this match ends.
The Aneros is probably only getting a few cycles between cap charges. I doubt it's going to be able to keep that EOS up. But we'll see.
When he's this low on armor, it's one of those situations where if the Bane team does have a lot of alpha, they can out-alpha the rep coming in from the Oneros and start slowly doing structure damage until the EOS is gone.
Yeah, with all the damage coming from those Sleipnirs, it won't be too long. We're also seeing some light Tech 1 maintenance bots, but they're not going to be able to make any significant difference in a fight like
down
this.
goes the EOS. 1 minute, 24 seconds left. 3 Nulli Secunda ships left on the field. A Loki, the Oneros, and a Hugin.
Yeah. The one downside of the Basilisk Vulture cap transfer and setup that Bane has been fielding is that it means you're a lot less mobile. If you come up against a team that has blasters that can get on top of you, you don't have the option of getting that Basilisk away fast enough.
One of the Bane chips just disappeared from the screen. We're losing chips on the broadcast, but the chips are still there. There aren't any boundary violations or anything.
We are down to the 1 minute warning. It is very possible that the Nulli Secunda team may be able to just evade the Bane team. Makes for a bit of a boring end to the match, but strategically it's the best choice.
42 seconds left in the match. That Oniros is in structure now. He is going to go down, leaving just the Loki and the Hugin left on the Nulli Secunda side.
And at this point, the Dramiel is on top of the Loki, so they should be able to keep it from getting away too far.
26 seconds left. The Hugin has no shield left. He's taking a little bit of armor and structure damage. The Loki is now below half shield and dropping.
Yeah, the Hugin's not tackled, so it shouldn't have any trouble staying away. It's the question of whether that Loki can go down, but it doesn't look like it.
And with only about 10 seconds left, I don't think the Bane team is going to be able to finish off any more of these ships. Leaving Bane with a whole lot of points in this one. Nulli Secunda got a couple kills, but ultimately not doing too well.
And the match is finished. We have a victory for Bane, but Nulli Secunda was able to keep some of their ships alive.
And you never know, every point counts.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the studio and get their take on these
Back
things.
to you, Soundwave.